Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from artery.com. Bit of a different video today. I'm going to be showing you how to make little embellishments just using embossing powder and whichever watercolouring technique that you want to use. The background for these is this stamp. It's a burlap stamp, like a background stamp from Stampin' Up. But I'm not going to use that for this one because I don't know, looking at it makes my eyes go funny because it looks very stripy. So I'm going to use a different background stamp, and instead of the white embossing powder I am going to use gold. So I'll put these to one side. So these are the my Sizzix heat tool, which I absolutely love, some anti-static powder, embossing ink, gold embossing powder. This is for when I'm doing the smushing. Embossing folder, that's the one I'm going to use for the card itself. And I have a few bits and bobs here. I'm not sure what I'm going to be using these for yet because I haven't decided what kind of card I'm going to make. Probably something similar to what I've used there. So I'll move them out the way. I'm going to use, I found this stamp and die set that I'd forgotten I have. It is Falling Leaves A5 stamp set by Justine Hovey. So it has the matching die set as well. I think I had to buy them both separately, I can't remember. So it's quite an easy technique. I'm actually just going to use some scrap for this. So this is the background stamp that I'm going to use. I've used it before. I'm just using a scrap piece of white because I have tons of those that need using up. Now this does not have to be perfect, but I think I will use a stamping platform. I'll just use my little mini one if that'll fit. I think it will. Yeah, like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be cutting it all out anyway, so just grab that like that. Stamp it with embossing ink. And I'll go over it one more time just to be sure. I think I'm about in need of some more embossing ink. I'm going to put this to one side. It should clean off nicely with water. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to sprinkle it with gold embossing powder. And once again, I haven't used my anti-static tool. I forget that every single time. Honestly, I'm useless. I don't think it really matters for this, but it would have been nice to remember it. That'll do. It does not have to be perfect. This is a very, very forgiving technique. If you have a Swiffer, these Swiffer cloths are great for picking up stray bits of dust, glitter, powder, anything like that. You just pick it up and cling to the cloth. Great stuff. I don't use these as much as I should, but they are really, really good. I also have a little mini vacuum cleaner which I don't use at all because I keep forgetting about it until I do something like this. If you're an experienced crafter, you'll know to heat up the tool for about 30 seconds before you put it to the card, and I'm going to heat up from the back of the card. I don't know what this is going to be like. The pattern might be a bit too big to get the effect that I'm after. If I'd used the anti-static powder, I wouldn't have got all of these little bits there because it would have removed all of the finger marks and the grease and everything, but never mind, that is typical of me. What I did the first time was I got some red on a paintbrush and just painted it all over and then let that dry and then daub little bits of colour in between. But this time I'm just going to try the smushing just to see what effect it gets. I'm going to start with a dark red. You can use any watercolour technique that you want for this. I'm just going to use Distress Oxides and water. I'm going to give it a spritz. Oh dear, that's the wrong bottle. it doesn't spritz, it splurts. So never mind, I'll give it a go. Just mix it up with the plastic wrap and just go over the top. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work as well this time. I think I need to paint over the card first. Well, like I said, it's a very forgiving technique, so we'll give it a go. And the gold embossing powder is going to resist the water, the colour, so it's still going to shine through nicely. So I'm going to let that dry off, and then I'm going to come back with a different colour. I'm just going to keep it secured so it doesn't curl up as much once I put the heat tool on it. The heat tool is just to help it dry a little bit faster. We'll see how that goes anyway. So I'm going to now get another colour. Right, I'm not sure what this is going to look like because this is completely different to the first one I did. It's a different background stamp, slightly different technique, but I don't know, it might work. We'll see once we start die cutting. These are nice big dies as well. Like I say, I'm not sure what it's going to look like with that background stamp. The pattern might be a bit big. Yep, I didn't think it was going to fit into my little craft buddy, but it might do. We'll see. So I wonder if you take these. Looks as though you have to take out that piece there, and you're left with that. Does that look okay? I'm not sure I like that, to be honest. Yes, I haven't used these die cuts before, as you could probably tell. I didn't know that was going to happen. Although the pattern does look really nice, actually. I thought these were going to be solid cutouts. I don't know why, because you can tell that they do have raised dies in there with cut edges, so not really sure what I was expecting. It is quite nice, actually. But what I wanted to do was show you like a solid cut using the pattern. Okay, well, I guess we're doing it this way. Right, like I said, I'm not really sure about this because I wanted them to be solid, but I shall plod on and see what we can do with these. Right, I'm going to get my card base. Please tell me I cut a card base. I didn't cut a card base. I will be back. I don't think I need to give you measurements for the card base because you don't, these aren't size specific, so just use whichever card base that you like. Right, I do have some scraps here, so let me have a look and see what I want to do with them. I'm going to make one similar to the one I've used before, but I'm going to emboss that, so that's going to go on there like that. So I'm going to emboss that first, and then I'm going to stick it down on there and then cut it out. I'm just going to do this all higgledy-piggledy. That's my usual brand of crafting. That's very pretty, very nice. Right, I'm just going to stick that. I'm not going to bother cutting it. I'm just going to stick that on there, and then I'll cut it out afterwards. Use that side. I wasn't sure there which side to use because they both look really pretty. And I think I'm going to put that on there like that. Do more or less the same thing. This time I'm going to put the glue on there. Yeah, that'll do. It's a nice easy way to do it. Right, so I do have this, and that's going to go on there like that. But I want to put a gold strip there. Now, if your gold strip isn't long enough, what you can do is cut it down. So you could see where that's going to go. You could cut a little piece like that, and then another little piece like that. Because I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because that is not long enough. So I'm just going to cut a little piece off each end. About so big. Try and get it straight. Should use my T-ruler really, but do the same at the other end. Now just try and get it straight if you can, sort of even. And then once you put that on over there, you can't really tell. It looks like the strip's going all the way along. So I think what I'll do actually is I'll put some foam on this, because there's a bit of bulk there and you might be able to tell that there's a lump under there. So I'll put foam on here. If you want some wriggle room with your foam, you can just put a little bit of glue on. It might give you a bit of wiggle room that you need. So it doesn't have to be in the centre, it can be where you like. So if accuracy is very important to you, then you might want to measure it so you get it in the right place, but I'm not particularly bothered, to be honest. Right, so now we have these that we have just made. Let me get rid of all these, because I know some people don't like the distraction of a messy desk. And I have lost my reverse tweezers, so I'm going to have to be very careful sticking these on. I don't even know what I'm going to do with these yet. I might just have the one. I think that might be okay. See, I would have liked that on foam, but obviously with it not having the solid back, I'm not going to be able to put it up onto foam, and I've lost my reverse tweezers, so I'm going to have to be very careful. Well, that doesn't look too bad. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I suppose it gives you a chance to see what it likes cut out with a solid die and with a lined die. I've just bought these from Temu, little tiny strips, because I lost my other ones. They should be okay. I have used them before. Right. Actually, I'll just peel one off. And what I normally do is stick it on in the middle-ish, and then cut it off just before the end. They're really handy, these small thin strips, and then that can go back on there for next time. And if you find the sticky has worn off a bit because you've been handling it, you can just put a dab of glue on. It's no big deal. Yeah, it would help if I pulled that off, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness, I'm on form today, aren't I? Right, so there we go. That's just, it is easy to make. It's time consuming, but it is easy to make the little backgrounds using embossing powder and any watercolour technique, any colour that you like. So those are the 3 cards. I'll take these out so you can see them better. I've made them more or less the same because I do want to sell them as a set or gift them. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. But I'd be interested to know which is your favourite. I mean, like I say, these they do something funny to your eyes. But I think if I'd made this background but in gold instead of white, it would have been better. So I probably need to experiment a bit with that. But that isn't so bad. I mean, that looks okay, doesn't it? I don't know if you can see. But if you don't have any ephemera, if you just have dies and you don't want to use the stamps with them, or you just want to change, you can just make your own background just with embossing powder and ink. It's quite simple to do, but it is time consuming because you do have to dry the layers off in between with the inks. But I mean, you don't even have to use different coloured inks, you could just use one lot if you wanted to. But there we go. I hope that has been helpful. So if you have anything you'd like to say about these or any hints and tips you can give, I'd be very interested. Please leave a comment below this video. Thank you so much for watching. It is always greatly appreciated. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.